C of the round of 16. In the top spawn position of Vani Research Station, fighting for his position in the round of 8, it is TheTRUTH.
And his opponent down in the bottom spawn. The second Dust Gaming player in this group. His teammate Spear has already advanced in first place. He's looking to take the second slot in the round of 60, or round of 8 even. It is the blue turn player, PSiArc.
I have no idea how the games went down tonight. I feel like we missed one match, but whatever. Starting this off, we do see TheTRUTH getting that little bit of psychological probe harassment in, gets a nice scout, sees the Reaper, sees pretty much everything coming out, and TheTRUTH is going, he's not going cheesy at all, which is not necessarily how he won. Actually, it is how he won the other games. Now that I think about it, it's how he won both games. Wouldn't TheTRUTH be moving out in first place if this is the last match? Don't we have one match after this?
No.
I'm so confused.
It says we had Spear move out in first place. Spear versus PSiArc for first place match for TVT.
I remember.
I said it in my PSiArc introduction.
You're so correct. You're so correct. You're good. You're so correct. I don't know. TheTRUTH.
I know.
Going for that 1 gauge fast expand, and I'm guessing going to go Robo out of that, which is going to work fine versus his opponent. But a couple kills may come out of this for Mr. PSiArc here.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. He's already forced a big old pull, but oh my god, he jukes the citizen's arrest. The crowd goes wild.
With 7 health left. That is a beautiful Reaper. That Reaper is man after
got mad skills. See things.
Skills with a Z, man. Skills with a Z, and I like this out of PSiArc. Guessing going to be going for those Hellion harassments, which I don't know if it's going to work well on this map, especially with the in-base natural. Maybe to attack the third, but not really on this map. What do you think he's going to do here?
I actually think Hellions could be a pretty good. Actually, no. If it's just Hellions, I don't think they're going to do much. But Hellion drops, I think, could do wonders on this map. You can very easily unload in the kind of dark area of the natural base, and then run into natural, run to main, do any sort of one-for-one pull if you're the Terran player things. But as it is, I don't know what PSiArc's planning with this. We'll see whether he swaps it over onto the reactor now. Looks like Widowmine's coming out, so he could well do a Widowmine drop with a medevac loaded up with a ton of Widowmines, and that could, see some results come out. But TheTRUTH is, putting down that forge, or rather finishing up that forge right now. So I'm expecting some cannons in the middle line to come down if he feels threatened by Widowmine drops.
Yeah, PSiArc has not shown a ton of Widowmine drops in previous games, but definitely that looks like how he's posturing for this game. He's got his natural base up, getting that economy up, and actually moving out. I'd love to see a double-pronged attack, maybe even a couple of Hellions with a Widowmine drop, but that would be a lot longer. It would delay this attack a lot longer from the front. But for now, TheTRUTH pretty much has everything he needs to be able to push off PSiArc here.
Yeah, he's he is set up in a pretty good position. Double photon cannons coming down as well. So obviously he smells something Widowmine-y, and we'll see. We'll see whether they pay off. At the minute, PSiArc is just kind of marching straight up the ramp to the natural. Force field goes down.
Took a while.
Took a little while, and PSiArc kind of moves that Widowmine up as far up as he can get it. We'll see. We'll see as the force field expires. Is he going to move up? He is. He is actually going straight up here. PSiArc gets the Widowmine as close as possible. It's actually going to get... No, only just gets the Zealot.
Splash damage would have been cool right there, possibly moving it into very close. But beautiful, actually, with the last force field on that sentry, does force field these units in, and we'll get a couple kills. Hopefully he won't lose the sentry, which I don't think he will. Beautiful. Stalker does get away, and now it's in range of the photon cannon to be sniped off. And that, I was waiting for a double-pronged attack, a drop in the main, or natural, which does go down, but not really the time that PSiArc wanted it to.
Just goes down, gets some damage on that mothership core, doesn't actually kill anything. And you know what, even more unfortunately, PSiArc with a great hiding position on that Dark Shrine is really going to prevent TheTRUTH Sorry, the Truth with a great home position. Dark Shrine is going to prevent PSiArc from really getting any kind of scout down on it. So, bit unfortunate there for our blue turn player, but we'll see how well he handles the DTs, which will come out. I don't expect him to have too much difficulty. There is the missile turret up the top of that natural ramp. And, of course, Widow Mines and a bunker ready and waiting to receive any Templar of the Dark variety.
Yes, definitely. They are waiting for that, but it will be salvaged. Surprisingly enough, the bunker will be salvaged. Looks like so far no third base is actually... Sorry, yes, there is a third base started for PSiArc moving out, but on the other side of the map for the Truth, the third base is started. He does not have the Robo Bay tech he really wants. An interesting decision for him to do. He is getting Templar Archives. Obviously, he needed the Observer from that Robo Bay, but I don't think he's spreading himself too thin, but I kind of actually like the Dark Shrine into Templar Archives. He does need the 3 base economy to be able to stimulate that, to be able to get the DTs out, and then get Storm and High Templars at the time that he needs them to defend. But combined with these two, in the fact that PSiArc has not denied the third base and his first attack was actually pushed off, he may be able to execute this quite well, but the DTs may actually be spotted.
Yeah, decent possibility. We'll see. I mean, it depends how much attention he's paying to that Telltale blur, but either way, I don't think... Oh, yeah, there goes the Widow Mine.
I mean, he's dropping.
DT to finish it off. Yeah, drop moves in towards the natural. There's the Photon Cannon there still, but you know what? With 3 Marauders in this drop, the Photon Cannon's not going to be there for too long. Actually, the Nexus Photon Overcharge is going to push it away. One shot does get off onto that medevac, but nothing too much doing there. A single slot to remain for PSiArc is going to move forwards with to provide some scouting. Have a look into this natural base for the Truth. And yeah, it's just going to kind of see that it's there. The probes are going to surround it. Actually,
it will get a
die
kill
for this.
Nice.
Yeah, nice positioning on that Marine. Kind of really nestles itself into the pylon, preventing the probes from getting the full surround that might have enabled them to kill it quickly enough to save one of their number. But as it is, completely denied. Now, the Truth does have 1-1 to PSiArc's +1 attack, and it's going to be starting his +2 weapons to finish, if he chronos it, to coincide roughly finishing with the +1 armor from PSiArc. So the Truth's going to be maintaining his little upgraded advantage here for a while. It's going to work out well for him.
Yeah, he definitely will maintain it, but the one thing, a lot of the gas went into those early DTs, and the DTs really were only scouting. Guardian Shield does go up, but oh, beautiful Storm, but I think there's too much bio actually for PSiArc. PSiArc pushing forward fast. The Photon Overcharge is not actually going to be there in time, and one High Templar desperately will pull back. Finally, Photon Overcharge goes down. There is the Immortal, and I think this will barely be pushed back. But he lost a lot of his gateway units, I mean, he still has his High Templar out though, and that's really the key here to get those storms out. As I was mentioning before, normally if you do those DTs, it's a little bit scary whether you can get that storm out or just have enough energy on a High Templar when they hit. But this time it looks like he will, and you could even do an Archon if you wanted with some of these DTs out on the map.
Yeah, it is a possibility. I mean, at the minute they're acting kind of like aggressive observers, really, just providing some knowledge about where the army is and occasionally swiping away once, twice. Another one comes in. I mean, if he sends them one at a time, eventually PSiArc runs out of scan energy. Although, in fairness, he is on 3 CCs, so it's not going to be for too long. He actually has 2 scans on the Orc Command in his natural, or 2 spells, whatever they are. And the Truth sends in another single DT.
2 spells?
Yeah, I mean, whatever
Scanner
it is, whether it's supplied or... I mean, he could supply the scanner.
Oh, I gotcha. I was like, there's nothing called a spell. I don't know how you got that. I don't know what's in your head. But, sorry.
Yeah, the Colossus Bay, or Robotics Bay, coming down for the Truth as well, providing his natural transition. PSiArc has a drop. Oh, just loading up, actually. It was ready and waiting to go over here, but actually... The feedback
doesn't come down, but actually at the third base, a little bit of an engagement happens. Zealots will push off some of these units. The Immortals getting a lot of damage done, but now there is 3 Immortals with this army able to do a lot of damage. Stalkers at the front, let's pull back. Nice Storm on the right-hand side. We'll actually do a lot of damage onto these medevacs. Another beautiful Storm. Finally, an Archon has to be made up, and there is that DT there. Maybe another High Templar could be warped in, but 1 cannon desperately trying to hold. Finally, Zealots moving in. These Zealots are not out of charge, but there is Guardian Shield going up. 2-1 Protoss to the 1-1 of PSiArc, as Trignol was mentioning. There's a little bit of an upgrade lead, but going down to these Immortals, and these Immortals need some sort of meat shield to really work. And I mean, they're getting sniped though right now. PSiArc's looking in a fantastic position.
Yeah, the DT falls. The Archons though are providing a lot of damage and will be enough to push PSiArc back for now. Nice little warp, time warp to slow those units down, pick off the last couple. PSiArc gets out, but he's done decent damage to the Truth. Picked off some important units. on the other hand, traded off a medevac or two of his own, as well as some widow mines. So just kind of skirmishing with the army. And 2-2 double upgrades now being moved into by PSiArc. So by the time the Truth hits his 2-2, or actually a little bit after the Truth hits his 2-2, PSiArc will have caught up in the upgrade stakes. But for a while, the Truth will have a full 2 upgrade advantage, and that could come into play in a big way. But right now, what's going to come into big play is this enormous Doom drop down to the natural. The Truth, I think he's seen it. He's got an observer out there, so he's completely ready for this. The feedbacks come down, but there's a lot of bio being unloaded here. The Truth doesn't really have a splashdown to deal with this. One Colossus coming in now is going to help clean this up, and it looks like it's going to be enough to drive PSiArc back. He lifts up and boosts into the little behind space, but that was not an efficient trade by any means for the blue Terran player.
No, not at all. I would have rather seen that instead of a feedback to see a storm right there. Didn't quite happen, but now on the left-hand side, 8 medevacs are not with the quote-unquote main army here. It's not really a main army, but right now army supply is 90 to 56. There's a lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders at home for PSiArc, but he's kind of posturing in for an attack on this third base while... I mean, I'd love to see a whole bunch of my Templar right here just to be able to storm or whatever all these medevacs, but they will actually get away. That's 8 medevacs. That would have been huge if he could have sniped that somehow.
Yeah, I think a storm would have killed all of them, but it would have picked off maybe the front 2. Maybe 2 storms would have actually killed a decent, 5 of them or so. Either way, another DT. These DTs just don't seem to be working out for Truth. I don't know. I wonder when he's going to kind of stop minting them. But actually, Proxy Pile down on the left-hand side, PSiArc's natural is going to be under assault from a couple of DTs and a few Zealots as well. They can take out this Marauder and just get to work in the middle line. Yeah, not really focusing down that missile turret. Could have been a cool choice to see, but also on PSiArc's third base. Whoa! Over on the Truth's third base as well, a little skirmish goes down. I think that was PSiArc losing a lot of his army, but he's doing that bio thing. He's already got the Remax up and running. He's actually got the army slide advantage. His third base, oh no, that's where his army is. He runs in here, running with a risk of the feedbacks, but the Truth not paying attention. One storm goes down, isn't going to really do anything. Kills off one Marauder, not even that.
Oh, there's so many Marauders though here. He has to be careful not to let the Colossus get sniped.
Yeah, he absolutely does, and his Nexus certainly gets sniped. And there goes the Colossus as well. The Darkstrine's coming down too. The Truth is desperately pulling all his army back to deal with this, but you know what? As soon as PSiArc sees this, he can actually just lift up and go away. Blink not done yet, and he's going to lift up. Wants to get things in the healthy medevacs, and a few of the low healthy ones get sniped out, but pretty much all the units that he could have got out of that situation get out. The third base, as we just saw, still not actually landed, but a few units coming over here to make it happen. Is it going to be an EMP, or is it going to be a scan?
Yeah. PSiArc is now only 10 workers ahead, but roughly, it was for a little while, it was about 700 minerals a minute ahead of him just because of that third base was taken out, or I guess the natural base. Now it is 3 to almost a 4 base economy, and I mean, the Truth is have to move out. I like moving out on the left-hand side. The place you're defending, being aggressive is the best defense, and so just defending the left-hand side is a very good decision of him, but sadly, I mean, PSiArc is also expanding that direction, so they're both going to be button heads pretty soon.
Yeah, they definitely are, and as the Truth moves in, PSiArc wants that natural Nexus again, gets the cancel on, and going to move up into the main base with his army, but the Truth pushes away the fourth base for PSiArc at the same time, and what's PSiArc's Viking count at right now? He's got 7 out, so that's a pretty decent number for 2 Colossus, actually, and oh my god, the Ghost Ball is enormous.
9 ghosts, only actually getting 1, 2, 3. I'm now going to have a lot of EMPs doing so much damage here, and that's completely shredded through the entire Protoss army.
Wow, not even close. I mean, PSiArc didn't even have to try to split against those storms. GG. Currently with the lead in this series, 1-0. It is Dust Gaming's blue turn, PSiArc.
Is it possible to be on the second game, first map? I don't know. I'd just like you to think about that.
It depends what you mean by map. Or...
In the bottom right-hand corner, it is the pink Protoss player, TheTRUTH. Well, you said second game, second map, so, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm never sure what the terminology is for, whether game refers to an entire best of X series, or whether it refers to just, one map in that series. Map is pretty specific. unless you're playing a best of X series all on one map. I don't know.
Okay.
If Snoot and Bunny's best of 69 had all been on Overgrowth, how do you imagine they would have felt at the end?
I don't think anyone would have watched. Like after a while, like, oh hey, another one.
Yeah,
It was amazing because they brought in some great wall maps.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think they even played Steps of War as one of them.
They played a macro trainer map by accident. Just played it out.
They just played it out the macro training.
Yeah, it was like gold don't get supply capped for X minutes, and Bunny built a fleet of Vikings to go and kill all the Snoot's overlords, and then that goal was completed. It was like don't get supply capped before 7 minutes, and then it just went away before Bunny got the chance, and he was like no, and lost because all he had was Vikings. But anyway, that is not the game we're in right now. The game we're in right now is, of course, this one right here on Echo, and TheTRUTH down the bottom right hand corner has proxied a pylon somewhere up in a bit of a sneaky position. And this, I mean, I feel like this is more of a Twilight proxy pylon or a tech proxy pylon rather than a production proxy pylon. So I don't think we're going to see a Stargate. But if we do see a Stargate, it will be like, it'll be fine. I don't think it will be like, I don't think it's the best place to put a proxy Stargate is what I'm getting at here, I guess. Oh, wow.
It's a fill proxy. If I'm quite honest here, but yeah, DTs would probably be a great idea. It looks like it's going to be Stargate, though. Both of us, you know what? I said Stargate. I don't even know what you're talking about, but I was thinking Stargate. My heart was on Stargate. My head told me not to do Stargate, though. But I mean, the previous times we've seen TheTRUTH win has all been when he's won very, very cheesy. And it looks like it's kind of what he's planning to do. He was telling me that his Protoss shenanigans will get him to Code S, which, you know what, I hope they do, TheTRUTH.
Do you reckon he was telling the truth there?
I don't know, man. I don't know, Kev. I had a really clever thing to say and I forgot it. Like all I thought in my head was like, "Dang, that's clever, Tim." You're good, Tim. You're good. And then I forgot. But right now for TheTRUTH, looks like he's going for that Stargate expand, while on the contrary, in the upper top left corner, however many superlatives need to be in there, or I guess adjectives is what I meant to say, but PSiArc is, I mean, posturing into a very normal game. It looks like I like this double Rex. It's going to be very easy to defend the Oracle, which are actually the Phoenix. What is the TRUTH loves these Phoenixes, man. It's still going to be very easy to defend the Phoenixes.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult, but at least not initially, but then they can very much, they have more potential to get out of control than Oracles, I think. Oracles are much more binary, whereas Phoenixes, you don't go one Phoenix, whereas one Oracle is pretty much typical. Oh, wow. TRUTH nice. There with the little, very, very nice sort of attack move on that probe, just denying the Reaper, moving through and eventually killing it off. So I don't know if PSiArc actually even got a full sort of, he doesn't know, he's only seen one pylon, and obviously there are 3. He's going to scan down the natural here, sees another one. So he really might not have any idea about this proxy Stargate until the Phoenixes move in. And that's going to be a great situation for TheTRUTH.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it will be a fantastic situation. He's got to be very careful not to go too far in, which, no, he did see it for like half a second right there, but now if he finally does see it, these Phoenixes just getting a scout off. We'll be able to get a couple SCVs here, but the Marines should be able to easily push them back. There's only 4 Phoenixes here, and I'm really liking this opening from PSiArc right here. Nice stim timing may go down, or just be able to catch a lot of these Phoenixes as well. Bottom side of the map, though, we do see PSiArc just scouting around, seeing what he can see. He's trying to find that proxy Stargate to be able to kill it before it really gets out that much more, but I honestly think he's going to be fine against it. I don't think even if it gets into big numbers, his opening is going to just do too bio-heavy.
Yeah, I mean, 4 Phoenixes is a decent number to have. Enough to lift and kill an SCV in one shot. Most races you need 3, but
it's not one shot.
Have that extra overpowered 5 health. So you need that extra Phoenix. And I mean, the response from PSiArc is to put down an extra turret or 2 and just continue play as normal, really. TheTRUTH behind this, going for really fast storms again. This is something TheTRUTH's done in a few PVTs today, and that is really something that's fallen out of style after the Widowmine buff, which was obviously a long time ago. And it's cool to see there's someone who's still kind of sticking around, making it work against even like some pretty high-level players like our Spino Protoss Stun.
Definitely.
I guess he's Protoss rather than Terran, but still.
Yeah, Yeah, he's definitely he's got the guts to do it. The only way he actually beat him though is through the cheeses though. But for now, Truth looking very powerful. He's got a lot of map control. He's got a lot of pylons around the map. But still, I mean, PSiArc has been searching for that proxy pylon all in the bottom left part of the map. But he does actually spot that Stargate. He's decided to kill it yet, but just little by little, he's getting decent amount of damage. He's gotten 10 workers killed.
Yeah, this is what Phoenixes do. They stick around much more on the oracles. They're a lot more tenacious, and there's always an angle you can find to like tank a bit of damage on one of the Phoenixes and then send the rest of them back and split up the damage much more so it all goes on shields. Double upgrades coming in for the Truth, or these double forges. First though, you're gonna have to deal with this little push from PSiArc. Shouldn't have too much trouble. The High Templars will have Storm in about 10 seconds, even less if it's being chronoed. And you know what? Photon Overcharge buys you a minute. And yeah, there's one thing I learned in school, is that a minute is longer than 10 seconds. Oh, losing these Phoenixes is annoying though.
British education system teaches way more than the American. I totally thought it was the other way around.
It's a miracle. Well, you know, you use imperial seconds. We use metric, or imperial minutes. We use metric minutes.
So how many minutes are in a second? Trig? In the imperial
no,
system,
seconds in a minute. In metric.
Oh, it is. Well, in imperial,
seconds in a minute.
It's 100 minutes in a second, and then 1 second is just, I don't even know. There's nothing bigger than a second in imperial units. We're like 50,000 seconds. No, we're like a billion seconds into the current.
No. Actually, it's thirds after seconds. What? It's thirds after seconds in
thirds.
Imperial, obviously.
Okay. Whatever you believe in your heart of hearts, Trigonal, but the Truth will be moving out, taking his third base. Looks like PSiArc's actually going to try to bring down these rocks to have a better retreat path, I guess, for storms. I mean, one storm going on the left-hand side of that ramp right there will do a lot more damage than just being able to split up through that. But he's prepared for that. He's just not up that much. These storms, if these storms are money storms, he's Scrooged because there's just a small army supply. But if they're decently big, he could do a lot of damage here. Even getting rid of these rocks, if he wanted to, he could go for the Stargate in the top part of the map to really deny any more Phoenixes at all.
Yeah, I really like what PSiArc's doing here. Whoa, even gets those Marines out alive. Yeah, he's just breaking down the all the different rocks, opening up paths around the map. And as the person with the more mobile army, that really advantages him, helping him to run around the slightly more powerful army that the Truth will usually be able to bring to bear. But speaking of army power, PSiArc actually has a pretty solid army supply advantage right now, so he might elect to push forward sometime soon and try and see what he'd make of it. There's great observer positioning and pylon positioning though from the Truth. It's going to cover just about every single attack path. So he knows what's out on the map, what PSiArc is fielding. It's just a question of whether or not he thinks he can deal with it. He does have that photon cannon to fall back on as well, and so that's going to push forwards a little bit here. Big storm there though. Forces PSiArc back a little bit. Another huge storm lands, and this one actually does the real damage, killing off those Marines, and that forces him back for now. Still those High Templars with
still storm left. Yeah, there's still actually one storm left, almost 3 storms ready in just a couple more seconds. And I mean, honestly, PSiArc's going to have to do a drop or pull back because he cannot keep engaging into this. He's at 1-1 while the Truth is also, the Truth is also at 1-1, but he's got them storms. He's got all the tools he needs to do to really smash the Terran army. And PSiArc just has not got a huge bio ball yet, like he almost kind of, should.
Yeah.
And, actually, maybe we can here, a big storm again, just every single time walks straight into it. He needs to get the units out of these medevacs or go for a drop right here, or else he's going to lose them on accident somewhere around here.
Yeah, 1 storm left though for the Truth, but I think he'll have like 3 by the time the next engagement rolls around. And actually, speaking of the upgrades, 2-2 is coming up on finish for the Truth, whereas the Armory is coming up on finish for PSiArc. So he's just going to be starting his 2-2 in a couple of minutes, and that's going to mean a huge upgrade advantage for the Truth. He's just going to be surviving for it longer. The Colossi he's going to be building fairly shortly will be doing that extra damage. They get +4 per attack upgrade against everything. And yeah, that's a lot of power. +3 immediately followed up for the Truth, and a few Zealots got run by, and they did how much they got on? 1 kill on one Zealot, no kills on the other Zealot, but they forced an SCV pull, just being annoying, keeping PSiArc on his toes, keeping him a bit honest as he starts to mixing ghosts as well.
Oh man, that beautiful clump of Terran units right there with the storm just destroyed. And all these medevacs have to be very careful at the front of the army. And right now, I feel like if PSiArc, he can kind of contain he can contain him, the Truth. He cannot actually engage into it. He's got to be very careful, but maybe taking a risky 4th base, just going out there because he needs that. He's not ahead in the upgrades. He's not ahead in the army supply.
Yeah, he doesn't really have all
actually, he is ahead in the army supply, but he's not ahead purely just what will happen in a big all-out battle.
Yeah. His actual numerical army supply is ahead, but the Truth's army is just so much more supply efficient that in any kind of pitched battle, the Truth really should take the advantage.
Oh, but a stim forward, be able to actually, or a blink forward into a stim, may be able to get rid of a lot of these stalkers, which is the guardians of the High Templar and these Immortals. Just alone, the High Templar and the Immortals would be just, terrible. So, this is going to come down to the positioning, especially now. Does have a couple of ghosts, maybe able to get a nice feedback, something.
Oh, blink forwards is going to take off one of the ghosts. That's pretty big, and Storm, whiffs a little bit, but there's still another couple of High Templar. A few more Storms going to work wonders here, and so much this buy on low health. A High Templar comes in for high ground. Big Storms on all of this, and the Colossus comes in as well. These Phoenix come into the fray to help lift up these units that are running away, pick off those medevacs as they retreat, and PSiArc, his units are on such low health, half of them can't even steer them. A reinforcement warping comes from the left-hand corner. High Templar gets down another big Storm, and the blink forwards from the Truth. Looks like he's going to be punishing Cypher's Hubris. This is my map, says the Truth. Get on out of here. He's cleaning them out, and the Truth now taking the solid army supply advantage. His 4th base is finished up as well, and he's learning to put some hurt on our Terran player.
Yeah, once the Colossi came out, PSiArc could not engage. For a while there, it was a little bit gimmicky. Maybe if you dodge those storms, you'll be able to punch straight into the mouth, but you cannot anymore. There's so little, just beautiful storms, big time warp, and the Colossus is going to mow down everything. There's just so much supply right now for the Truth here. And sadly, I hit score screen, but I wanted to see what the economy was. GG. Final game of tonight on Iron Fortress. In the top left-hand corner, we have the blue Terran representing Dust Gaming. Currently down a game. It is 1-1. It is the one, the only, PSiArc, hailing from Japan.
And the homegrown American hero down the bottom right-hand corner. The pink Protoss player managed to make a comeback last game, looking to continue it on, secure his spot in the round of 8, is TheTRUTH.
Are you insulting us American heroes, Trino, for being not homegrown?
Yeah. I mean,
cool.
the mass-produced, factory American heroes, most of them are actually made in China.
I know, it's crazy.
Really, it's just not the same as, the grandma's apple pie sort of real homegrown Americana of the Truth that he kind of brings
Americana,
out to the table.
Okay, I like it. Clog, yeah. All right, PSiArc going for the CC first. I can only agree with how correct you are, Trigonal, and you're not even.
I get that a lot.
I think you get that a lot from me and no one else, probably.
Wow. Okay, fine.
Hey, I insulted you by insulting myself, so I guess it worked, but am I lagging, by the way? Because the game keeps lagging on me.
It looks fine to me, so I guess so. But
just me then.
Either way, Truth being a little annoying with this probe, he's been kind of getting the shields back and then trying to do a little skirmish with the SCV. But I guess he just misses it a little bit there. He sees what he sees. He sees the 3 racks. Obviously, it was a CC first as well from PSiArc. So the Truth probably feels pretty comfortable. I think that Nexus went down for the Cyber Core as well. Yes, it did. So yeah, the Truth getting away with some pretty macro play here.
Definitely, yeah. The Truth is, he's been given the opportunity to be very, very macro intensive, getting out double assimilator. And this is pretty much the optimal Protoss. This is the place you want to be as any Protoss player, especially with no aggression really coming out of your opponent anytime soon. Even that, they are going 3 racks, but there's no tech lab, there's no reactor, there's nothing to really make this a devastating attack, and it's just a big defensive play going off how many minerals you can get from your natural. So as the Truth on double gas with 3 in each and a natural coming down, you feel great, and you're prepping yourself for a really strong mid game as a Protoss player. Yeah,
especially cross positions on Iron Fortress. You're not just going to take a bunch of Marines without stim, without combat shields, without medevac support or anything, march them across the map and kind of see what you can get done against Protoss. So, yeah, all looking pretty good here for the Truth to kind of play the macro style. I feel he was quite comfortable in the last game. Twilight Council comes in, and I'm looking more towards Blink from the Truth than towards DTs, but of course both are options. The Blink opener is just kind of the more standard one, especially after it's been scanned. If you're going to build a Twilight Council, if you're going to build those surprise DTs, I think like proxying at least the Dark Shrine is a bit better, but either way, it doesn't make a huge difference. And the Truth does actually start up that Dark Shrine. It's not exactly proxied, but it is over on a hidden left-hand corner of his base. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
you can
definitely
get some surprise damage done.
Yeah, it's just the attempt to hide it somewhere so it is a surprise to your opponent. Same thing with Oracles, same thing with Mutas. Just when your opponent, the first time your opponent should see them is when they're in your main and slaughtering everything, and that's when it works out best. We see, though, for PSiArc finally getting up that stim, getting +1, being actually very aggressive on a large map, but there's no medevacs to be able to support his army. While there's relatively little to defend, I mean, there will be a photon overcharge that should push all this off, and because there's no medevacs, I mean, it's going to be a scary position for him to actually push into this, and I don't think it's wise for him.
Yeah, I mean, he just wants to force out the photon overcharge. He's got a little mass of Marines, and he doesn't think he reckons like the Truth doesn't have enough to do any serious damage to him. But actually, he's going to go up, try and go up the main base. This is really kind of committing more than he needs to. He's going to lose 2 Marines.
Ooh, almost loses a third.
Yeah, not quite.
There's no medevac, so remember that Marine's at 5 health, so there's a medevac until he goes to till he goes to the sweet barracks in the sky.
Yeah, sweet stim pack in the sky, but
stim pack in the sky.
Yeah, the starport only just going down now means those medevacs are quite a way off, and DTs are not so far off at all. Though, of course, turrets in both mineral lines for PSiArc are going to really kind of mitigate the damage this DT can do. We'll see. It's actually just going to go after Marines here.
Salvage so quickly.
Yeah. Well, the salvage started before the DT actually came
it
out,
did? But... No, I was like, dang, that was an intense salvage. There is a scan having to be wasted from these orbital commands, but another scan should be ready. So the second DT is going to be fine. Actually runs in with the first scan. That's looking great for PSiArc right here. That was a beautiful 2 killed, and he's going to have another scan ready.
But the third DT also gets scanned. Man.
And the Truth is like, okay, you can't have a 4th scan ready that quickly.
Scan me once. But yeah, the Truth.
But he does. He's got the missile turret.
Yeah. It's the time has passed now. The time for DTs is over.
The time
right now
has started.
Yeah, indeed. The Truth has taken his 3rd base. He's got his Twilight Council, not his Twilight Council, Temporal Archives even up and not quite running yet. There's no storm on the way, but it's there. He can build some Archons if he wants to. He can actually start that storm research whenever he wants. But actually, it looks like at the minute he's just spending money on DTs. This is kind of what he did on Varney. He built loads and loads of DTs, had them like all over the map, kind of annoying PSiArc's army, harassing it a little bit, and forcing him to spend scans rather than mules. But in the end, achieving very little. And I feel like a lot of the gas that the Truth has spent, there's 3 DTs out on the map now, doing very little. One of them has 2 Marine kills. This could be Storm and a high Templar, I think. Yeah.
I completely agree. It just got nothing done with these DTs, and it was a waste of gas. It was a waste going into that tech because you might as well just go high Templars if you want to get those nice Archons. And it was also just, honestly, it was a waste of a complete tell that PSiArc knows 100%, okay, this is what he's doing, this is the position he's in, and he's going to be able to hit hard. Now, for the Truth, I mean, he's really hoping that PSiArc is not going for this drop because he went pretty... Not super greedy for the 3rd, but it was still a pretty greedy 3rd in the beginning when he really needed damage done, so there's just a lot of things he does not have to be able to mitigate any damage that he would have had if either they would have got damage done or if they didn't exist.
Yeah, certainly to some extent at least. But now PSiArc is moving out with the drops that did so well for him on Varney Research Station. He's going to be splitting off 1 medevac. Oh no, that's just 1 Marine to get a bit of a scout down, maybe try and distract the army a bit, as the 3 rest of the full medevacs, yeah, he sees the 3rd base. This Marine is kind of served its purpose. But you know what? Here is the natural base, and PSiArc unloads all the medevacs there. Almost full medevacs. One storm goes off, kind of kills the marine, but loses the High Templar for it. And a lot of probes going down here. This is some really, really solid damage being done for PSiArc. He wants to get out before these High Templar come in, though. Storm's gone down. Medevacs get out. Just...
Oh, 20 workers killed, and those beautiful medevacs get out, and they'll even catch a couple pylons.
Very, very nice. At the same time, the slow High Templar aren't going to be able to get over here to the left-hand side of the map in time for this little run-by towards depowering the pylons. Doing our Tosis pylon there. A DT helps clean this up until PSiArc scans, and there's scan. Oh my god! Oh, if that had been a target fire on the Widowmine, 3 High Templar could have gone down, but as it is, just one of them, and actually an Archon more forced out from the Truth. PSiArc again coming back in with the drops, non-stop aggression, non-stop, but this time the Truth is ready.
Yeah, I don't know if there's delay on Skype, but you said scan a good 5 seconds before he scanned. Like, I don't know.
No, I was just anticipating.
Oh, was it really? Because you were like, and the scan goes down, and I was like, whoa.
I am actually that good at StarCraft that I play 5 seconds ahead of my opponent.
That is what I was thinking. It was quite crazy, but looks like PSiArc is going to try to move in for another attack right now. PSiArc is at 1-1. While the Truth, as he has in previous games, been at 2-1, just a little bit farther ahead, and beautiful DT does spot the army moving in, but there's a second army, which actually will get a nice angle. Man, would have got some High Templars, will go for the Archon and has to pull back, but this second army will be able to trade out like a pulley system into the third base.
Yeah, he should be able to, and the scan catches 2 DTs as well, so he might even get the Observer if he close to them, but as it is, he's just going for the army here. He actually senses a fight he can win. I don't think he's wrong. The force fields help out, though. They protect those last couple Stalkers in the Immortal, and he will have to back out PSiArc, but he has got so much damage done during all of this, keeping the Truth much more suppressed, and these DTs have never been that cost efficient. I feel like the Truth really loves DTs, but so far he's lost 10. He's thrown away 10 DTs this game.
You know what's crazy is that through all of this, the Truth is 10 workers ahead, and he lost 20 workers in that drop, so he had to have been at least 30 ahead.
The Truth has been, he's been making so many probes, in almost all of his games. I think on the last game, he had 81 probes at the end, but here...
Oh, there's no storm!
PSiArc, there's no storm on these...
There's a storm coming in, though, on the right.
Whiffs a little bit. Nice dodge there by PSiArc. Scan goes down, and... nice. Yeah, nice little Archon morph. But you know what, that Archon's not going to get straight in this fight. Oh, maybe it will. Zealots force the Bio to fight back. There's a lot of Marauders in this, so the Immortals, the Zealots are going to do a lot, but the move command does make the Truth lose a bit of his army. PSiArc just moving forwards and backwards as best he can with his Bio, and just a handful of Marauders left over are going to be cleaned up by these Immortals, no problemo.
But on the third base, there's another drop going down, trying desperately to get some kills here. Doesn't look like it'll get any probe kills, probably left to move back, but there is now 4 Immortals, and they're pretty low in health, and honestly not too great when the biologist ball gets a lot bigger, and now there is an army back home for PSiArc. There's currently 90 army supplied, only 38 of the army supply for the Truth, and it's honestly not that efficient in the battles. All the High Templar were killed. There's a couple of High Templar now being... Actually, no, there's no High Templar being warped in. But, I mean, just keeps making Immortals. He's on 5 Immortals now. And 5 Immortals are good, but versus an almost complete Bio army, not so much. Really, right now, PSiArc just has to focus on his economy, make sure he's a decent economy, and he's going to be able to press forward again and again and again, and be able to really slaughter anything coming out. He's even, preemptively getting Vikings, hoping to snipe these Colossi that aren't coming out.
Yeah, there's 16 medevacs on the Truth right now, on the field right now for PSiArc, and that is a lot of medevacs. They're going to be able to heal off any kind of storm damage so quickly. Stims are going to cost nothing for PSiArc. I mean, a few of them are low on health, but goddamn, look at this fleet just moving forwards, and he's barreling down the Truth towards the Truth's main base. And what does the Truth have to answer this? There's just 1 storm hit. Second High Templar gets morphed in, but it's going to take a while to accrue that energy, and this small Marine force is going to try and snipe off the High Templar with Storm. Keep it in the back, keep it away from PSiArc's army, but it's moving forwards. Unfortunately, the Zealots block it, though, and PSiArc is just trading away against these Immortals, and the Immortals are actually doing so much against his army now. He's got almost no units, but just medevacs.
Yeah, just medevacs right now, but there's still there's still an incredible amount for PSiArc right here. He will be pushed back. These Immortals getting a lot of kills. I'm gonna pierce 10 on one, 5 on another. What do we got in the rest? I mean, about 15, 17 kills here. And still, PSiArc is trying to engage again, but he's got to be so careful. The Zealots just running through everything. 3-2 Zealots are killing these quite weak, actually, 2-2. Just a +1 upgrade, and Charge does so much damage. Actually, to say they don't even have Charge. What is with Protosses playing lots of Zealots and not getting Charge today?
I just don't know, but the Truth is heading towards his 3-3 upgrades. He had +3 attack for a little while now. +3 armor on the way. PSiArc, his ghosts have hit the field. He actually he's lost 1 medevac, but is now producing them 2 at a time again. I really think PSiArc should stop producing medevacs now. Like, he's going to be on 17 medevacs.
Sometimes you just need good health care.
32 supply in medevacs. He's got like 110 army supply. Nearly like a third of his army is in medevacs. I mean, yeah, you can tell he's not American because the free healthcare that he's pumping out is pretty intense right now.
That's what I was looking. I was looking for that. That's what I was looking for.
I know you set me up.
Yeah.
I did not disappoint, I hope. And Colossi.
You did not know. For a while, I thought you were though, because you didn't respond, and I was like, screw. Top right hand corner, there is a nice ninja base, but I mean, it's gonna help the Truth, but I mean, it's all up in the air right now. If some reason PSiArc finds that, also like a feedback would annihilate all these medevacs. Like this is like Protoss galore. It's like,
ooh,
nice
yeah.
though. We'll get a couple good EMPs off. Actually, beautifully, we'll take out all the shields of these Immortals right here. Nice time warp on the left-hand side. We'll keep a lot of these units from moving forward and being aggressive, but they're all clumped up. High Templar Storm may do a lot of damage. There's the Viking, but won't really kill much. 1 Colossus still alive. The Vikings are going to go after, but the Bio Army's just so small, as you mentioned. So many medevacs, down to 12 medevacs. I mean, that's one way to just, have good healthcare, man. Like, I don't lose. I just retreat with slightly less units.
Like, let the enemy blow your hospitals up, and then you just kind of run away with the few citizens.
The rest of the hospitals.
Yeah, you run away in the rest.
You sacrifice 5 hospitals.
But here come the reinforcements here for PSiArc. The Stalker stepped a little too far forwards, and the Vikings, they don't quite get that last hit in the
Vikings, I believe, yes!
Yeah. Getting it done. But you know what? There's so many Immortals in this army, and Immortals, one of them has 17 kills. They do like pretty solid damage against basically everything on +3 attack. They're doing like 65 damage a shot to armored and like only 26 to non-armored, but that's still fine. A huge storm that goes down like all of PSiArc's units. A lot of low health bio here, and I mean the medevacs are doing what they can, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. The Truth pushing forward here, a reinforcement wave of Stalkers as well. PSiArc's going to try and fight his Planetary Fortress, but the Truth says, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go straight for the throat, straight for your natural. That is where you're at your weakest, and these Immortals are going to make short work of any buildings they encounter on the way.
5 seconds away somehow. I mean, somehow if PSiArc can do it now. Now is the time to do it. Now they're even on upgrades. You can fight really well. And actually picks up 2 Immortals beautifully. Still a lot of Stalkers. Nice storm on the medevacs, but as you were saying, I mean, you kill 5 hospitals. You got 12 left. There is more units coming in. Stalkers coming in on the right-hand side. There's just so little for PSiArc to defend with, but so many medevacs.
PSiArc is just about managing to push this back, and as the last Immortal falls, the Truth has so little left. Just Stalkers here. I mean, they don't even have Blink. PSiArc is going to be outplayed so well with these 3-3 Marauders. The Stalkers will fall in their drove. There's only like 5 Marauders here, but that is too many Marauders for the Truth to handle. So PSiArc holds that huge push out from the Truth. That was the Truth's big Death Wall army, and now that he's lost it, PSiArc can remax so much quicker than he can and start pushing across the map and really trying to kill off the Truth. Now, the Truth does have this ninja base, of course, on the top right-hand side.
And it's up 25 workers. Or sorry, 20 workers.
He just doesn't have the production, though. His buildings, he's got 11 gateways, which is okay, but his army is all Stalkers. Stalkers really bad in the late game. 1 Robo, his Colossus count is going to rise so slowly, and he's actually not even reproducing High Templar. He's got like 1 out on the field right now.
Oh yeah, man, this Hero Marine, they're like, okay, we need you right here, right now. You got to scout whatever you can see in the top right-hand corner. And there it is. Scouts the ninja, and he says, I know why this has been happening. And instantly, the truth is going to be moving up, and now he's only going to be defending one of his necks. It's kind of a situation. You have a ninja base. Well, you have two arteries you got to defend, two big things, and it's what do you do? And it actually looks like the truth may be going for an attack, but there's so many marauders with this force.
Why?
That is 23 marauders, 20 marines. And, oh, actually, nice medevacs, though. Willie picked off with all the marauders, or a decent amount of marauders will be pulled back, and this army alone will be able to deal with the Protoss army, while the other couple 8 marauders will move in and try to snipe this ninja base here. High Templars don't even have an... Oh, ooh, storm now. What?
I think PSiArc actually have gotten a Raven in this game. Right now, though, the truth is kind of sandwiching from both sides. The Zealots coming in from the top are doing pretty well. Time Warp goes down, but you know what, actually it doesn't even matter. PSiArc doesn't want to run away, although this Marauder might change his mind a little bit. PSiArc lifts up and gets away with all of his medevacs. Oh, so close.
Going.
Stalkers is going to change that, though. But actually, PSiArc dropping back down can actually take this little warp in reinforcement.
Yeah, but going now for the third base of the truth right now. Another attack in the bottom part of the map.
Ooh.
It looks like... Oh, actually, the medevacs. Will the medevacs get sniped right here? Come on, get out of there. We'll lose those. But now, on the third base, the bottom part of the map, Marines are pushing forward strong. There's the 2 Vikings, but the 17 medevacs were killed, as we were mentioning before. I mean, it's kind of like, well, let's just make more medevacs. But he cannot quite do that now. He does have a decent gas bank, actually. Or not like a big gas bank, but he can definitely make more medevacs if he needs to. And now it's still, I mean, he's still about 20 workers, actually only about 15 workers ahead now, but only on 3 base, and these 3 bases a meager, like a 1.5 almost, actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's much more like a little under 1.5 bases or anything, but exactly 1.5 actually. But yeah, the income for the truth right now is looking pretty abysmal compared to PSiArc. PSiArc's he can pretty I would feel fairly comfortable with PSiArc taking a 4th base even if it weren't for the fact that Iron Force has a bit of a weird layout, whereas the truth, it's a bit dodgier for him to be pulled in so many directions, especially with this ninja base on the top right hand corner. The second PSiArc puts a decent like 2-3 medevac drop towards it, it dies. It just dies. And if the truth decides to make sure it doesn't die by sending his army up there, then you're going to lose one or two of your other bases to PSiArc's main army. And yeah, that's PSiArc moving out to take that 4th base. He's expanding towards his opponent's ninja because, you know, why not? Why not just... You can be very... It's to the point... It's the weakest point in the truth's defense, so he wants to be aggressive towards it.
Yes, definitely.
2 starports pumping out Vikings as well are going to be building up PSiArc's kind of big final army he wants to end the game with.
Yeah, and finally these Vikings are trying to get some upgrades here. They know they need to start sniping Colossi, but as you were mentioning, there's only 1 Robo, so it's going to be it's going to be relatively easy. And this looks like it's going to be the final battle right here. The truth moving down. Quite move down. And actually, PSiArc moves into the storm right there. Not so good for him, but basically PSiArc is, I mean, he's prepping for a huge concave and he's going to have a fantastic concave. Even a Widow Mine, actually, may be able to catch some of these Stalkers.
Oh, yeah, gets a solid hit. A few of them blink back, but a few of them don't. And these Stalkers are going to sell them down. The Vikings come in. They focus down the Mothership Core. No more Time Warps. The Observer, no more detection for those Widow Mines. There is another one, though, and the Colossi are going to go down. 1 will survive, though. And PSiArc's army is actually so low. There's only 4 medevacs on the field now. From such a mighty...
What are 4 medevacs?
It's fallen down now. He is really, really... low on that healing. A lot of this army is going to take a long time to be healed back up. And the truth, you know, he's secured a 4th base, though he's lost his 3rd, so he's still on. He's on an acceptable income for this side of the game. Everything he can spend can go into units. He doesn't have to worry about teching or upgrades anymore. So he's all right, but he really would like to have another base. The extra gas income would really boost him.
Yeah, I like right now from the truth warping into the bottom mid part of the map and those Zealots going to the left-hand side because as you're mentioning before, it is a very strange 4th base position. And interestingly enough, I'm liking the 4th base position from PSiArc. It's a very aggressive base. You can be, as I mentioned before, best defense is that offense. And so allowing this to be an aggressive base really allows him to have a great defense of it and push into the enemy bases as well. And I mean, there's not even a storm at that ninja base. There's no storm. There's 3 Zealots, a DT, and a cannon, essentially.
Yeah, there's really, really so little out there to actually protect it. And of course, the DT isn't anything when when Scan can come into play. The Truth is trying to be a bit annoying with a few Zealot run-bys,
don't go
but
to
he's,
the
I feel like he's just buying time.
Yeah, he's just trying to buy time right now, and even though both players are incredibly just beaten, battered economies, PSiArc has lost so little. Only Army has never actually lost one of his bases or his production line. But now it looks like a big battle is going to come down. Not that many, only 4 medevacs, but this time there are 7 Vikings and only 1 Colossus. These Vikings got one job, and boy, they will do it well against only 1 Colossi.
Yeah, I mean, there's basically about exactly the right number of Vikings here for PSiArc. Maybe slightly made a good storm on the right-hand side, and actually a little flank comes in from the Ninja base. Second Colossus comes in to join the fight as well, and the Stalkers blink forwards. Big storm goes on the Vikings as well. They're going to try and focus them down to delay the Colossus to do their damage, and it looks like the Truth is pushing through for now, but PSiArc comes back. Collapses round. I don't know. The Archon's coming in from the top side as well. Close. And the Truth manages to push away PSiArc's army, and he's right on top of the 5th base.
Yeah, and this 5th base is so key right here. It's actually, no, it is the 5th base. And, I mean, it's so key. This is all the economies, the majority of the economy for PSiArc. Everything else is mined out, and workers going down quickly. That is 14 SCVs dead. And the army of PSiArc is coming back, but GG! The Truth! Moving on to the round of 8 with a 2-1 victory. Wow.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.